Hello everybody, welcome back to Thiege's YouTube. I'm your host, Joel Michael, and since I have some extra time on my hands, thanks to self-quarantine and being on unpaid leave from my job, I'm going to go ahead and play games on the Eluktronics MECH 15 G2R and record myself whilst I do it. Here we are, we're playing Rocket League, and like I wanted, it's smooth 144 frames per second at all times. And the CPU isn't that hot. It's only getting to 79 degrees right now. I just got a save. Yes! I like getting saves because when you get saves in this game, it guarantees you points, XP points, at the end of the match. No matter what else you did in the rest of the match. I could just sit on my ass and twiddle my thumbs for the rest of this match, and well, that was a pretty good vantage point for watching the other team score. But if we've learned anything about me playing and talking at the same time, it's that I kind of suck at it. I'm not doing this video to show off how good I am at playing games and talking at the same time. I'm here to show off the laptop and its amazing ability to play games amazingly. So, but like I said before, ow, I just got butt hurt. So we're at 144 frames per second. All the time. Playing Rocket League on this thing is a joy. And 144 frames per second is actually really important about this because the screen itself is good for 144 frames per second. And it looks just gorgeous. This is not one of those less high quality 144 frames per second screens. This is a really, really good one, and I'm so in love with it. The colors are awesome. The motion is good. There's not a lot of ghosting on it. Wow, these guys are a really bad team. How are we down 3? Everything that's being recorded right now is, as far as like the webcam and the mic, it's not being recorded with the laptop itself. It is actually being recorded with my desktop, which you hopefully can't hear in the background. Oh, I better get this before they get it. Yeah, I don't know how to fly. Oh, that was bad. Oh, ooh, ooh. Oh, that was so disappointing. I hate it when you fly into the goal and not the ball. That is just not good for your self-esteem. Oh, yeah. I actually scored a goal on camera. It's very impressive for a guy like me. So hopefully this game won't last that much longer. We only have 47 seconds left. Oh, just the tip, just the tip. Let's see if we can bang home an equalizer. And I got right past their defense. Okay, we can do this. Oh, my teammates suck. But I don't suck that much. Oh, come on. Oh. What? Oh. Oof, sorry. I might have to... Oh my gosh! That was awesome! I want to watch that again! Look at that! 1 second left. If the ball touched the ground, it would have been game. But it didn't touch the ground. It went on. And now we're in overtime. No, thou shalt not score. Whoa, they totally just whiffed it. Big whiffer! I just got hit by somebody. Who hit me? Rude! Oh, is that gonna go in? Yes! Anyway, so that's Rocket League. Plays excellently. I got MVP. Awesome. I love it. Very important to note, I just did a video of the GTX 970 graphics card versus the GTX 1070. The GTX 970 could not play Rocket League at 144 frames per second consistently. It was like anywhere between 90 to 130, and it bounced around a lot. So if you're playing Rocket League with the GTX 970, the best thing to do is to either lower your details so that you get constant 144 frames per second, or you could also just set it to 60 frames per second. I mean, I'm sure it'll run 60 frames per second just fine, but Rocket League at 144 is a sight to behold, and it's just, ugh, it's wonderful. Okay, so now we're playing Shadows of the Tomb Raider. We are in the preset highest settings with RTX shadows set to medium. Now, when you set RTX shadows in for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, there's only 3 settings. There's medium, high, and ultra. There's no low. So we're at medium right now, which is the lowest setting you can select. And we're getting about 60 frames per second. It's dipping down a little bit from time to time, but for the most part, it's very, very smooth, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. At least I'm enjoying the graphics. The game, not so much. So far, lots of quick time events and whatever and whatnot, and now I don't know what I'm doing because I wasn't paying attention, but apparently I can't go that way. This is not a very wide open marketplace. I don't know how people actually do business here, but whatever. My CPU is going crazy though. But seeing as how this is one of the most intensive benchmark scenes in the Shadow of the Tomb Raider benchmark utility that they have, I'm going to say that this is a pretty good gauge on performance, that it's going to mostly do about 60 frames per second when VSync is on in these graphic settings. So, I think with that, we can move on to our next game. Okay, so here we are in Forza Motorsport 7. Let's go ahead and take a look at our options, which are so conveniently hidden in the progress menu. Video, let's take a look at it. I'm not going to change anything, because when you change graphics options in Forza 7, it sucks. But I'll tell you this, that the performance target is 60 FPS VSynced. Oddly enough, though, it VSyncs to 72 FPS. I think that's because, though, that it's a 144 Hz panel. I'm pretty sure that if this was a 60 Hz panel, it actually would VSync to 60 Hz. Or 60 FPS, whatever you want to say. Now, I gotta warn you, I did upgrade the Eluktronics MECH 15 G2R since I reviewed it. I put in 2 new NVMe drives, one 1 terabyte, the other one a 512 gig drive. And then I also doubled the RAM from 16 gigs to 32 gigs. So I have 32 gigs of RAM in here. So, and if there's one kind of game that I absolutely cannot talk and play at the same time, it's a racing game. But if we're taking a look at our MSI Afterburner marks here, we're getting 72 frames per second, and our CPU isn't even touching 90 degrees, so that is pretty cool. But it's not perfect. Forza Motorsport 7 does have some skips in it, which you may or may not be able to see in the video. Even on my desktop, the frame rate jumps around. Well, not jumps around, but it skips every once in a while. Like, you'll be running around perfectly smooth, and then all of a sudden you'll just have a small, like, micro stutter kind of skip. And unfortunately for me, being such an awesome audiophile, I do notice it, and it does bug me a little bit, but not enough to stay away from playing this game. I don't know if I'll be able to catch these guys. I'm in a Ferrari, for gosh sakes, man. But as you can see, Forza 7, no problem for the RTX 2060. As long as you lower your expectations and only have it run at 70 plus frames per second, you'll be fine. So, that is Forza Motorsport 7 on the Eluktronics MECH 15 G2R. Okay, so our next game is Quake 2 RTX. And these are the options that I have set up. Let's see, let's go into graphics settings. You can take a screenshot and take a look at it later if you want to. I'm going to go easy because that's what I do. I play on easy. Fight me, internet. Okay, so we are at 29 FPS here with our RTX 2060. That's not good. Global illumination on low, maybe? That might help us out. Oh yeah, that does help out. Wow. Global illumination. Globa illumination set to low. Definitely saved our FPS on this. I'm okay with doing like 40. That's fine. This game is very playable at 40 frames per second, and it's just a tech demo for the most part. But this is pretty cool, right? All these cool, nifty little effects going around. I've played this game a little bit since back in the day. I featured this very Quake 2 RTX version in one of my Game Train episodes, which you can see right up here. This is the second of 2 games that I have in my library that I can use to showcase just how well the mobile version of the RTX 2060 can do ray tracing graphics. Come on, let's come out. Come out here. Come out of your hiding spot so I can blow you up. Okay, fine, I'll just shoot you. Ah. Oh, here we go. There we go. And he's still trying to shoot me. What a trooper. Do you guys see that? That is an artifact. Like, that's a pretty glaring artifact. When I move at the very edges of the screen, the ray tracing builds as I move. That is... wow, okay. Maybe that's a low quality artifact? I don't know. Let's see. Let's bump it up to high. You can still see it a little bit. It's not as obvious, though, in high as it is in low. But that's pretty telling about how they get it to work. Now, the lighting is mostly gorgeous. It does have its letdowns, though. Like that fan that we just saw right here. This is a major letdown. Maybe if we increase the resolution. That's a little bit better. But yeah, that's a little disappointing. Quake RTX. A game that was born in 1996 or 7. Maybe 98. I can't remember. I memorized it at one point, but I have since forgotten. So, sorry about that. But now, in 2020, where I guess this is a 2019 laptop. Now in 2019, making laptops crawl on their knees all over again at just over or just under 40 frames per second. Okay, so here we are in Overwatch. All the performance stuff is set to ultra and 1920 by 1080 at 144, but MSI Afterburner is telling us that it's doing 60 FPS. Hopefully that's just a menu thing. We're getting about 80 FPS here in the staging area, which is good. I can definitely tell that it's skipping a little bit. This is definitely not 144 frames per second, and I can tell. But that's rude. They're just right outside the door, man. I don't think that's smart, though. And you can't intimidate me. I'm just the medic. I definitely am seeing some input lag, though. Probably because I'm on wireless mouse. It doesn't have line of sight. We'll see how this works. Now, when I did my Lenovo S340 video, I won that match. So we'll see if we can win this one too. With the frame rate being as high as it is, the input lag is a non-issue. I can still function very well. Frame rate's still holding up above 60, which is good. Wish it was higher, though. I can definitely tell the difference. I also do have a laptop cooler running. The laptop cooler itself is not in its highest setting that it can go. So that's not that bad. And hello. No, you can't kill me. Dude, he's really trying to kill me. I'm not letting him. Oh, that's theirs. And that's not our DD. Come on. Oops. There was a mistake. Oh, I can revive somebody? Hey, let's revive somebody. Heck yes. Oh, that guy is not my friend. Go away, not friend. Overall, this is a really good experience. and it works. Okay, let's revive somebody. Yeah, my temps are being managed pretty well. The fan noise is not overbearing, and I'm pretty sure that if I went even one step, even one graphical preset lower than this from Ultra, that I would hit very close to that 144 FPS mark. The only caveat to playing games with this notebook is that the aluminum chassis acts like its own little heatsink, and it gets really, really hot, especially like right above the keyboard. It's scalding to the touch, and also the heat sinks in the back of the case where the fans are. So those also can seriously burn you when you touch them. But those are out of the way for the most part. The keyboard still stays, as a whole, nice and comfortable to the touch. This was playing games with the Eluktronics MECH 15 G2R here on Thiege's YouTube. If you guys like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. I'll be looking forward to having you guys back with me later on to watch some of my future content. If you want to watch the review of the Eluktronics MECH 15 G2R, go ahead and click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of your screen right now. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a good night. More loot boxes.